Hey guys, so we are live for the DCTV show, episode 24, I believe. So we've been doing it for quite a while. Eric is here, and we're going to be talking about the latest DCTV shows. Obviously, The Flash came out this week. They had episode 4. Superman and Lois had their finale, well, their mid-season finale, technically, which was episode 5, and it's, the last one for a while. And we got Supergirl coming back this week. I'm really, really excited to talk about that, especially Supergirl, with Eric to get some of his thoughts and to get your thoughts in the chat. So welcome to everyone who is joining the live stream right now. And remember, guys, if you want to send in your questions, please be sure to send them in via Super Chat if you want to support the channel, but also get your questions answered straight away. That is the best way to do that. All you need to do is click that $sign below, and then you type in the Super Chat and you send in your question, and me and Eric are going to be answering it in this live stream. Okay, so yeah, welcome. And how are you doing, Eric? How was your DCTV week?
Oh, great week. You mentioned the mid-season finale thing with Superman and Lois, and I'm like, it actually did work as a mid-season finale if you think about the cliffhangers on it. I mean, like the stuff we got at the end, it was like, okay, yeah, this is a good mid-season finale. So I think it was a solid week. I'm going to miss Superman and Lois. I'm very excited to see what Supergirl is going to do when it comes back. The Flash had a good week, and we got some Batwoman news. We got a lot of news this week. We got Batwoman news. We got some casting news. It's been a really busy week for DC in general. So
yeah, really busy week, and we had a few Batwoman pieces of information. So I guess we can start with that. Give your quick thoughts on the Batwoman casting. Like, I think you were referencing Black Mask, and there was a Enigma, who is like an alternate version of the Riddler. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that? I'm up to date on it, so I can't really give my thoughts and opinions. But for those of you who are keeping track of Batwoman,
well, I'll keep it kind of condensed here because I know a lot of people have kind of backed out of Batwoman a little bit. So I like the Black Mask character. I know some people are kind of torn on the design with the mask because it seems to be like the ears being exposed or kind of controversial. I'm excited about him coming to the show. I think the show needs something different. So with him coming in, I'm hoping that this will shift the show a little bit in a better direction. The recasting of Kate Kane as Wallace Day. I like Wallace Day. I really enjoyed her on Krypton, and I think she looks a lot like Rachel. So I think the twin aspect, even though I don't think it's going to matter much on the show because I do believe they're going to address her looking different, but I think she actually looks more like Rachel now than she did before. And I like her. I think that's cool. I think it's going to be a struggle for the show to balance out everything that's going on with basically 3 leads. I think that's going to be tough between Alice, Ryan, and now Kate. We'll have to see what they're going to do with that. And the Enigma character, they mentioned that character when they were on Koreana. Sophia mentioned that character. So again, I think the show needs this shift. So I'm hoping all of this is good news for Batwoman because I really like the ingredients of the show. I just need the actual execution of the show to be better. So all of these things sound like positives to me. I just hope that they're able to handle them in a good way.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited that Black Mask is there. Maybe I will catch up just to see a few of these new things pan out. And we mentioned this on the after party yesterday. I think that Wallace Day is actually a very good casting. And we talked about it, and it's a bit confusing why they're bringing in an alternate version or like, a recast version of Kate now. Like they could have done that at the start of the season rather than bringing someone new. So
yeah, I mean, the thing is that I think we can't know what was going on in production, because you work in production and film. We don't know all the details, but I have to say they went with probably the most complicated way to handle the story. I mean, if Wallace Day was your first choice and she was busy at the beginning of the season, they could have easily, like I said, done something where Julia Pennyworth was Batwoman for 3 episodes or something that could have been a placeholder until Kate showed back up again. And, that would have worked. But they've introduced this new Batwoman that I think has been very well received. I think a lot of people do enjoy the Ryan Wilder character from what we've had of her. And I just think bringing Kate Kane back now is going to make the show we talk about bloated casts, and it's like when it's an ensemble cast, you can kind of get away with it. But when we're talking about a show where now we'll be introducing like a third lead into the show, I mean, what are they? We're gonna have 3 separate stories going on every single week. Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, no, it's going to be crazy. But we have a super chat question from Daniela here, who sends in 20 Swedish kronas, I think.
Okay, I believe that's right.
Maybe I'm wrong
Yeah,
on
I think
that,
you're
but
right.
I don't know. Do you think Mon-El will return? So this is a Supergirl question. So I guess we can, let's go over Supergirl first. This can be our first thing before we get to the Flash and Superman and Lois. Because Supergirl is coming back this week. This is a Supergirl question. So do you think Mon-El will return? Thoughts, Eric?
Mon-El will return if Supergirl goes in the direction that I think it's going to go, which is her going to the future to be Supergirl of the future and work with Legion. And I think that that's the only possible way Mon-El will return, because otherwise I don't think it makes much sense for him to come back. I mean, could they do an episode where he comes back for like 1 episode? I mean, I guess, but they've been setting up this Williams storyline with Kara, so we don't know where that's going to go. I feel like that if Mon-El is going to come back, we need more than like 1 episode. So I think it needs to be something bigger if they're going to go that direction, because we know that the romance situation. Do we even need to get into the shipping stuff with Supergirl? I don't know if we need to get into it, but I would love to see Mon-El. Like, I know some people don't like Mon-El. I think Mon-El was a cool character. Could he have been executed better? Yeah, I mean, you could say that about a lot of characters in the Arrowverse. But I liked Mon-El. I liked having him on the show. For me, he was a benefit to the show, but I know some people thought he dragged the show down a little bit. Apples and oranges, I guess, when it comes to like your opinions. But I actually like Mon-El. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. So
yeah, no, and obviously I'm like the #1 Mon-El fan, and I really, really want to see him back. But you're right. I think the way that they're gonna go is probably what you're saying. There is a high chance at the end of the season that Supergirl could go off to the future, and we've explained this in the past. There is like, a few reasons. Like, if Supergirl is around, why wouldn't Supergirl come and save the day in these other shows? And like, I think, the gist is they could probably get away with it if they send her to the future. Also, it gives her a happy ending rather than killing her off or something. So I think that is likely. But in regards to Chris actually returning, so Chris Wood, who plays Mon-El, he's actually in Vancouver, right? Because Melissa and him right now traveling isn't very good. Like, it's very hard to travel from America to Canada. They can't go back and forth because they'll have to quarantine every time, right?
14 days every time they do it. So that's
14 days, exactly. So he is in Vancouver right now. And if they want to do that arc at the end of the season, or, at whatever point they want to do it.
He's already there.
He's there. And he is just one person coming in. He's part of Melissa's bubble anyway, because he's in the same household. So it wouldn't be a problem. It's just if they want to do it, I think.
Right. The other thing you mentioned is about Supergirl going to the future. That if they do that, they could send Brainy back to the future and Dreamer to the future, technically, which means that if they ever want to use those characters again, they're kind of there. You know what I mean? Like, if they're in the future and then they can travel back when they need to. They could come back for crossovers if you wanted them to. Like it's an ending that allows them to be present later on, without them being just hanging out in National City where, something dangerous is going on. Where's Supergirl at? It's like, oh, she's in the future. So I think that makes sense. It keeps them around, but it also explains their absence. So
yeah. And so thank you very much for the super chat, Daniela. And let's continue talking about Supergirl. And if you guys have any other questions to do with Supergirl, now is the time to send them in. So send them in via the chat or super chat if you want to get them answered straight away. Okay, so we know what's happening at the start of the season, at least. They're wrapping up the season story. So season 5's story, and you're going to get, they're going to wrap up the Leviathan stuff. You're going to see Lex. So how fast do you think they're going to wrap up the Leviathan stuff with Gamma?
This may be controversial for people that love Supergirl, but I was not super happy about the Leviathan storyline. I felt like it was very oddly handled. The pacing of it was very weird. So I hope they wrap up Leviathan relatively quickly. As far as Lex goes, I mean, I could see John Cryer's Lex the whole season. I mean, I love his character, and if they wanted to keep him around for the remainder of the final season, I would be completely okay with that. I don't know if they will, but it seems like Lex has a very big story coming into this next season, and I mean, are we talking because the preview's already out? I mean, I guess we could talk about it. It seems like he's going to have powers and stuff. So I mean, we're going to be dealing with like a Lex that actually doesn't need a Lex suit. Like he's going to have powers and stuff. So this is exciting, I think. I mean, if you wanted to see Lex, like the Lex mind, his brilliance, his genius, and his desire packed into like something with powers. I mean, I think this is crazy. So for me, like totally do the Lex story. Give me 4, 5, 6 episodes of Lex, but you can wrap up Leviathan as quickly as you want because I'm really not invested in that story at all. So
yeah, I'm going to be honest. I can't remember half of last season, and that's the same for most of the shows because it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously remember the bits of it, but as far as I can remember, and I haven't rewatched it since it finished, the Leviathan stuff was like not the most interesting. Like I found it all right. Like I didn't have a problem. Like if I have a problem with a show, I will remember that. Like The Flash season 4 or like Arrow season 4. You remember how bad those were at points, right? And so I thought last season was like pretty good, and I think it had some very solid episodes. So I did like that twist at the end of the season with Gemma, or Gamma as she's called, and she turned into that robot. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on there? So I'm kind of a little bit excited to see some sort of explanation about that. And that's about it. Really.
Yeah. So what do you think the worst crime is? Being so good that you remember it because it's amazing, being so bad because you remember it because it's awful, or being forgettable because it just wasn't great? I mean, that's kind of what happened with Supergirl. Is I feel like even if you've disliked stuff, like, so we'll use Flash as an example. Flash, every storyline the Flash has ever done, I remember it because it's either really bad or it's really, really good. Very few of them are mediocre. I think the problem with the Leviathan storyline, well, I think there's 2 issues with it. Number one, I think that it took a long time in the season to get to where we needed to go with Leviathan because we didn't really know what was happening. And the mystery of it got screwed up because of all the breaks that happened during that season. We had so many strange breaks that I think the momentum of the show got kind of strangled by the breaks. And it's like, I remember thinking when they went away for a while and they came back, and I don't remember what the episode was, but it was this uneventful episode they came back on. And I'm like, so we left for like 2 months and we come back to this. I remember thinking like, what is going on with the show right now? So I think the biggest crime of season 5 isn't that it was bad. It's that I think the storyline was kind of, I saw that pop on the screen. I think the storyline was kind of forgettable. Like I remember all of the Lex stuff, but it's really hard for me to remember like the Leviathan stuff and like the VR stuff and everything that was going on with that. It's just a lot of it sort of kind of, it melts together in a way that I don't really know specifics of it. So, and plus it was caught up after Crisis because we had the Crisis thing happen and then we came back and we had to sort of course correct after Crisis.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that Supergirl out of all the shows, and I think I even said this, Supergirl was the one that was going to be the most affected by Crisis because Black Lightning they didn't interact with the heroes from the Arrowverse. Like their Crisis connection was kind of fresh. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have any like history with these other characters. They came into it like their first time. Like if Supergirl didn't have any crossovers before this, I don't think we would have been in the situation we're in. But since there was crossovers and National City was next to Central City across the water, I think that made it very difficult for Supergirl. So I appreciate the Leviathan stuff. We need to wrap it up. I think it was a mess. I want him to fix it, maybe answer some questions. But I think the biggest crime is being forgettable. I think that's the worst thing. So
yeah, and I mean, if I recall, like it's happened, like you are right. Like I think Supergirl is always solid for me, but I don't always remember it so vividly. Like I think the best season they've had is season 3. And I really remember.
I'm glad you said that. I was literally going to say that.
Yeah. Like you remember the Reign storylines really well, right? You remember those episodes. I feel like those moments stick out in your head.
Samantha was so good. Like,
yeah. And for me, season 4 was definitely the worst season. Like the first half, I was struggling with it. I really didn't like those first couple of episodes. I know you like the Agent Liberty one. I remember that.
But that season got really bad towards the end. I did enjoy the first half. I think the back half of the season was a problem.
I actually preferred the back half when Lex got involved. I really like those Lex episodes.
I love the Lex stuff. I think that what they were setting up at the beginning with Agent Liberty kind of became an afterthought, and it's like, why did you even bother doing that? I don't know what happened there or why they decided to do it. It's almost like about halfway through they just changed the show. And I said that, like, watching that season, if you watch season 4 of Supergirl, it's like at the halfway point, it kind of shifts what the show is. It goes away from the social commentary of Agent Liberty and goes into the Lex stuff, which I did prefer the Lex stuff, but it's like the first half of the season, that storyline just fell off and they had to sort of find a way to fit Agent Liberty into everything. It was very strange to me. I can see liking the second half better, especially if you didn't like the first half.
Yeah, and mainly my main problem was the Agent Liberty stuff and what they did with the Children of Liberty. You know, I really like what Supergirl does implementing their messages into the stories. They've done it very well in the past, but that was an example of when it didn't work for me, because every time I saw the Children of Liberty, to me, it was just like, have you ever seen like South Park? And they're like, they took our jobs or something, you know, that crowd of people. It just like every time they showed up, they were like, you know, like fucking mad.
I think that story would have been more suited for a show like Arrow or Batwoman than it was for Supergirl, because it was more of a it was more of like the everyday person type story. And as much as they tried to connect it with superheroes and aliens and stuff, I think it would have played better in a more gritty street level type series than like something like Supergirl. Because I think Supergirl's, I mean, it's a Kryptonian show. It's about aliens. Like, I just don't think that story resonated that well. I love the Agent Liberty character, and yes, that Agent Liberty episode was one of my favorite episodes, but was it really an episode of Supergirl? I mean, you have to question whether or not, because she wasn't even in the episode. So it's kind of like, looking back at it, it was a risk and it was weird to do it, but that was when she was doing a Broadway show, right? So I guess that's what happened. But
yeah, that's what. And so we got Pagey here. So welcome, Pagey.
What's doing?
What's popping? What's popping?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and answer this super chat. Now we got Paige in here. I know this isn't really a Supergirl so thanks, Jordan. Anyway, he sends in the $9.99 super chat. He says, I know this isn't really a Supergirl question, but why isn't the Flash not dealing with the most crisis changes, and the only show that's really dealing with it is Supergirl? So the Flash dealing with crisis changes not enough. Do you guys agree?
Well, what changes would there have been with the Flash?
Yeah, like, I don't know what would we want to see them deal with that every single week. I feel like that would get frustrating, like, over and over and over again. Crisis didn't change that much for the Flash. This is what we talked about earlier. Supergirl had massive changes from Crisis. The Flash didn't really have that many changes. Supergirl, out of all the shows, again, we said this when it happened, Supergirl had the most to adjust from the changes than any of the other shows. So I don't think the Flash necessarily has to deal with Crisis every week. I mean, maybe there's something specific that Jordan would like to see. I can't think of anything that I necessarily think they would have to deal with. The whole point of Crisis was just to consolidate everything. I don't, and it didn't work, because now we have shows that are outside of Earth Prime. But
like, really, the only shows that should have really dealt with Crisis and any more than a minor way would have been Supergirl and Black Lightning.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Because they were now part of the Earth with, like, Flash, Arrow, Batwoman, etc.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, they even referenced Crisis this week on The Flash. They talked about Pagey's favorite character, and they mentioned Oliver. And so,
and Mia,
they did touch on it, but, like, yeah, I get that they weren't, like, fully going into it as much as Supergirl, but, like, it was bigger for Supergirl. You have to know that. All right, but
yeah, because the thing is, with Supergirl, National City was placed next to Central City, so there was this change for that show that was much bigger than it was for the Flash. I think, personally, I mean, I could be wrong. I feel like that's a bigger change, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's bigger.
So what you're saying is, Eric, Supergirl should have come to help with Mirror Master. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
okay,
100%.
I decoded it. All good.
And Mia Queen should have been there too, because, I mean, why not?
Yeah, okay, you've gone too far on that one, so no more talk.
Okay. Okay, so Sasha W sends in a super chat. Thank you very much. Theories for the season finale.
Of what?
So,
what show?
season finale of what?
Does that mean Supergirl? Because episode 1 was meant to be the season finale.
Yeah, I'm confused. Or does she mean the season finale for the next season? Because that's too far off. I don't have any idea.
Well, isn't that's
Yeah.
a series finale?
Yeah. What are we
I'm
talking
not
about?
100% sure.
Sarah, we need more information. Or Sasha, we need more information.
God, learn to read, Eric.
Oh, Supergirl. So, like, how is Supergirl going to end as a show? Like, Eric said he thinks Mon-El, she's going to go to the future with Mon-El. Pagey, how do you think Supergirl is going to end, roughly?
And I actually think Mon-El's going to be wearing a Pagey t-shirt when he comes back. So that way...
Well, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Eric stole my theory. So he's chucked a Ben. So
I didn't make a video on it, though.
Wow.
That's true. Ben would usually go to the next level, wouldn't he?
Damn.
Is that a Sprite?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Sprite.
Okay, is LeBron there?
Eric's got Sprite.
Yeah. I love Sprite.
I was wondering if LeBron was there. All good. We can move on, Ben, if you want to, from this conversation about Sprite.
Oh shit! I lost my trail of thought. Okay.
See the series
Sprite.
finale for Supergirl. Series.
Yeah.
finale for
No,
Supergirl.
I agree. Like that is my theory as well. I mean, I think we all got similar ones. I really don't think Supergirl is gonna die. I really don't think.
I'd be
they're
really
gonna do
shocked
her.
that's your opinion, considering how often you say she's going to die.
Well,
in the
yeah.
titles for your videos.
I wouldn't mind
They
Mon-El
literally
dying.
said it this week in an interview. They said she's sacrificing herself. She's gonna die.
No,
Yeah,
it's just. Go ahead.
You know what you were doing, Ben. You know what you were doing.
Anyway.
She's not going to die, though. I don't think she's going to die at the end of the
Yeah,
series.
but can we get a probability rating or
Mhm.
probability ratio in regards to Mon-El being burnt to a crisp and us getting to watch it slowly
I hope
happen?
it's 0% because Mon-El is literally the second best character on that whole show. So,
I
I
agree.
mean,
Mhm.
What about William? Is it William?
yeah, William, the other reporter. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kara's end game?
Mhm.
What's the shipping name for William and Kara? What is it?
It's
Is it?
it's
Is it-
Super Day, I think. Or something like that.
Oh,
Wait,
It's
people
his
actually
surname.
legitimately made a thing for it? I was
Yeah.
going to
No,
say
I
waste
think
of time.
I think the actor referenced it once, but like barely anyone really likes them. So
so I wonder
I don't
if Mon-El is going to have to fight William for Kara's heart, like for her love.
It's
Like, are we
fine.
gonna have, yeah.
Can we stop talking about this? It really makes me
anyway,
believe.
let's move on from Supergirl. All right, let's talk about some Flash. So we had the Flash episode 4 this week. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I know that Eric didn't particularly like the week before. So was this a big upgrade for you guys from the
Hater.
season finale?
Hell yeah, it's a better episode than last week. Last week was like, I can't remember a time when I've been more frustrated with the Flash since like 2 seasons ago.
What about Nora? Well, I guess
Yeah,
that's
like-
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, like 2 seasons ago. Yeah, it would have been that. This reminded me of an episode from that season, from season 5 or whatever.
Watch out, Ben might get defensive.
It's fine. I quite enjoyed this, and this felt like a season premiere. Like it felt like a season premiere episode to me. So it was.
It felt a bit of both. It felt like part filler, part setup. Like I think they needed this. I think this episode, like you would never normally get this episode, except maybe after a mid-season finale, and that's what it felt like. It felt like a mid-season premiere.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It felt like a breather to get you back into the show and just move on from what just happened, but then setting up what's to come. So it's more like a mid-season premiere than a premiere, I think.
I know they didn't address it, but it also felt like a time jump because everybody was different. I mean, you could see
It's not like they took a break in filming. They would have filmed it straight after episode 3. So I don't. They didn't address a time jump either. At least I didn't hear one. So maybe next episode they say, "Oh, it's." But then again, it shouldn't because we saw the lightning in the air again, like as if it was going again. So it's like as if it just took part after episode 4, and they were rebuilding the city as if it just happened.
So I have a
And they just
question. based on the Flash now and how all the shows are sort of out of time, do you think they'll sort of line back up when we come back into next season? Like chronologically, do you think they're going to try and line them back up?
It depends because like Black Lightning's ending, Supergirl's ending, Legends is traveling through time
and space now.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any need unless they really, because before there was like 4 or 5 shows that needed to sort of.
Stargirl's on another Earth, so that doesn't matter because Stargirl's on another Earth.
Like Superman, Lois, and the Flash are really the only ones that need to do any sort of meeting in the middle.
And you know what? If they don't if they don't address the time differences in each show, then it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really only ever mattered for crossovers.
Right.
That was ever,
and
really
over this season. So
yeah, and like for Legends, it never really, because they can travel through time anyway, so it doesn't really matter specifically when something happens.
So with Black Lightning and Supergirl ending, I guess it doesn't truly matter if they line up. I mean, it needs to be somewhat close, but it doesn't have to be like they if they were years apart, that would be different. Like Black Lightning is a year ahead of everybody else. But
yeah, so like the Flash is still in 2020, so at some point they're gonna catch up to present day because they always do catch up somehow. And I reckon it's going to be like...
I think Superman's in 2020 as well.
It is?
Yeah, I think so, right? I thought it was.
I think they mentioned something about them being in... Well, they had the Harvest Festival.
Oh, yeah, that's the fall. So, yeah.
So that's fall. So they must be in... What,
and they're going to be even further behind now because they're going on break, and Flash is going to run all the way till like, what, August? So
yeah, end of July, August, probably early August, first 2 weeks of August or something.
Yeah.
Hashtag. So, I don't know. Hashtag lots of videos. Jesus Christ. Hashtag after party madness.
When is it going to be 4.0? Because I think we're not going to have a break to go from 3.0 to 4.0.
Well, why don't we go 3.5?
We could do that. That could work.
No, there's literally going to be no break. So
yeah.
Well. I don't know. When Supergirl's on, I'll be having a snooze. But
oh wow, wow.
So I'll have a bit of a break.
No, I actually noted
is that a flex in also combined with a bit of a dab?
Yeah, it was a bit of a dab at the same time.
Not gonna lie, it felt good saying that. But anyway, let's move on.
Flash.
But anyway, so I noted down, talking about like having no break. I noted down that because we're having that 3-week break from the Flash after episode 7 on April 13th, and then we're coming back 3 weeks later on May 4th, the Flash isn't going to finish its finale until July 13th, I worked out, right? So it's going to be on long time. And then
I think they're going to have another break.
Oh, okay, so maybe
because I think they want the Flash and Superman and Lois finales being on the same week potentially.
Well, Superman and Lois would be the week after on July 20th, so maybe they have another break.
Wouldn't they be 2 weeks later?
Not what I calculated, unless I calculated it wrong. I don't know.
Are your maths right, Ben?
I have no idea. There's no time to check my maths. But anyway, so
I saw everyone on Twitter saying it was 2 weeks later if they didn't take another break, Flash.
Well, you said it's a 3-week break, right? It's 3 weeks, not 2 weeks, right?
Well, there's 2 weeks without it.
Oh,
and then the next week it's on.
That's my bad. Okay.
I don't know. Last time I checked, this wasn't mathematics.
I'm
confusing.
My brain is like. Anyway.
Either way, there's going to be the shows are going to be on for a very long time this year. So,
yeah, I think most people were saying it's end of July, early August, because Flash will probably take another week or two break at some point. I'd assume maybe after that graphic novel ends, but it might only be a week, and then they might take another random week break at some point as well. I guess the good thing is that they didn't have to do it. They didn't do a break during March Madness, which we weren't too sure if they were going to do or not. Yeah.
And talking about breaks, do you guys think that with Superman and Lois taking their 7-week-long break, is going to affect the show in any way? Do you think it's going to affect like people's hypes? Because people are really enjoying it right now. So, thoughts?
I don't know. Won't know until it happens, I guess. But it's still got 10 episodes to go, so it's got more episodes heading into the end of the thing. So as long as it stays good, then I don't think it'll affect it too much.
it did kind of affect Supergirl a little bit when they did this last season where they had that weird like break with Supergirl. But we're talking about a situation where I think people are expecting shows to not necessarily run their normal, schedule or whatever. Will it affect it? It really just depends on like how much they keep hyping it during the time that it's off. Like if they keep promoting it while Supergirl is gone, reminding people that it's coming back, maybe. But if they just kind of forget about it and then wait. What was that? And they wait. Oh, okay. If they wait until the very end to just sort of remind people that it's on, it's going to be a little confusing. I think they're going to keep hyping it. The show's doing really well for them. So I'm hoping they just continue to like release clips and, things like that. Because I know we got like a trailer already for the next episode, right? So it's kind of weird they released that now instead of closer to when it's going to come back. But
I think that was more to tell people it's not on next week.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you think you just fool people into watching Supergirl, but like, why wouldn't you do that?
How many people are going to tune in for Superman and Lois and then Supergirl is going to come on? I can't wait to see Twitter when that happens because I know a lot of normies, as they call them, are not going to know. Yeah.
You might get another Ben PewDiePie reaction type video. Ben reacting to Twitter.
Ben, can you do a follow-up on your PewDiePie review video? I'd love to see it.
Well, the only video Ben could potentially make following the PewDiePie reaction video would be like my life as a simp. Like that's the only video I think he could make. Because if you look at the comment section
on that video,
it just says simp. Every single comment is simp.
Yeah. It's like the one
simp
video that I consistently get hate comments on.
I think you still get hate from it. I think it's like I don't know, it's like you cut yourself and then just got it infected on purpose and then just it won't heal.
Anyway, let's ignore that video. It's terrible. It's a bad video. Anyway,
what's still up?
I don't know. Okay. I haven't taken it down. I like abuse, all right. I didn't say that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, talking more about the Flash. What do you think is going on with the forces? Like, are we going to see the Sage Force, the Still Force, and everything else soon? Or do you think are they going to wait longer? Or is this like the first half? The first graphic novel villains.
Well, I don't think they're the villain.
You don't think they're the villain of this half?
It'd be weird if they made them the villain because they're not the villain in the comics. So I think there's a higher force that's wants to take it. It's very important to remember that does that video have 44,000 dislikes of Ben's?
Apparently.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It probably doesn't. It probably has 4K or something. I don't know. Anyway, so
so like I think there's a higher force at play because it's important to remember that there's that bit of Speed Force came out as well. So
what if they make Iris the villain because she unleashed it? What if she becomes the villain?
Well, you just been clipped, Eric. So enjoy West Allen Twitter for that one. So enjoy getting called, you know what? But anyway, like whether that's Godspeed, the Speed Force hits, or it's someone else. I'd assume it's Godspeed. And that gets revealed in episode 11, which is like meant to be like the finale of this story. And it's like, oh, I was the one who got hit by that Speed Force or whatever it is. But yeah, it'd be weird if they made those the other Force people villains. They'll make Psych like a back and forth like in the comic story, and they'll probably try and show them all as like villains, but that's because they've just got these powers and they don't know how to control them.
Just like the one we met this past week, I think that it was more or less a misunderstanding than a villain. And same thing with Psych. Psych will probably be a quote unquote villain of the week character, but then after that, I don't think it's gonna.
Well, I think Psych is more of a consistent threat.
He's coming back like twice more. I think
he's in 3 episodes confirmed. And then the finale, so it's technically 4.
I'm hoping he's like the Thinker and he jumps from body to body. I think that would be super cool.
I know you're trolling, so please stop.
Also, was it the same actor that is playing Psych in those later episodes? Because I heard something about that.
Oh, I think it was just a stunt double. I think it's the person. They have both, but the one that was caught on set photos before was a stunt double because he must do something.
Well, hear me out. What if he's jumping from body to body and it's a different person altogether under the mask? I mean,
What?
We love to see that, right? Like we'd love to see it.
Eric's favorite villain is the Thinker, confirmed.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. And when does the first graphic novel technically end? Because I forgot the exact episode. Do you guys
11.
remember?
I think it's 11.
So what are we on? 4,
mhm.
5 this week.
This is the longest of the. Well, it's the longest of the graphic novels, right? I mean, out of the ones this season.
No, they're both 7.
Are they both
7.
Wait, I thought there was 3. Oh, because they're counting the first 3 episodes. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay.
So
Makes
there's
sense.
yeah.
So how long is that? So 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh well, I don't count episode 4 as. I guess technically, the first one is. I don't really count episode 4 as the. A bit. I count 4 as just like this random episode. I really sort of count episode 5 as the start of the graphic novel.
4 is like the setup for the season.
Technically, the first this first proper story is the longer one. It's 8 episodes, but I don't really count episode 4.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So episode 5 through 11 is the other forces story, and then episode 12 to 18 is whether it's Godspeed or whoever else it might be. Maybe it's Eric. I don't know.
Speeds to Eric. I don't know if it was the best idea to do it this season, considering it's shorter. I don't know if you guys are of the same opinion. I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna speed up and go too fast, but I do trust Eric. Wallace, not Eric. Over
So you
there.
don't trust Eric?
Well,
But yeah,
you should always trust it. I mean, hear me out. A character that jumps from body to body. I mean, that would be
Eric.
just.
we're gonna hop you out of the stream if you keep on going on this Thinker talk.
Yeah, but how many episodes was the Bloodwork arc?
Oh, like 5? Wasn't it 5?
It was 8, but he was only in like 3 of the episodes.
That's why it felt shorter. Yeah,
and people say that Bloodwork was a really good villain.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
yeah. See, I didn't even think it was 8. I was thinking like 5, but he was even less, and it felt like more. So yeah, perfect. Then I guess that worked out perfectly. Then
Because the thing is that if the story isn't this like over the top grand thing where it tries to connect everything together, it doesn't need 10, 15 episodes to get through it. If you go bang, 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 then not even bang, bang, bang. You just need like if you have 4 episodes of those 7 or 8 that are focused heavily on that villain or that threat, then it's fine. As long as you end it well.
And I guess they got to try and end it well. But,
it's just like how a 2-hour movie can be good and a 4-hour movie isn't good.
Yeah, because it's unbutchered. That's why. Anyway, so we got Jamie Harley sending in a $4.99 super chat, a member of the channel. Thank you very much for your support, Jamie. Jamie says, what if the new villain will gain all 4 powers throughout the graphic novel? If so, what if we need more speedsters and heroes with the same powers? What do you guys make of that? Do you think there's going to be one villain getting all 4 powers?
Well, I guess if they want to go with the comic stuff, they could. I just don't know. I think that's a bit OP.
So don't think that, say, if it's Godspeed, he's going to get all of them.
Well, I hate when they do like a ridiculous OP villain because usually you don't get a good story. And I'd rather do a story rather than make the person completely overpowered.
And Jamie talks about needing more speedsters. Do you think we're going to get like any new good speedsters, or do you think that's out of the realm of possibility?
That's a very big question. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that we are going to see Reverse Flash at some point and Godspeed. I don't know if we're going to see any other speedsters this season. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
And I just think Jamie's angle is like, you know, if that villain becomes so OP, would they need that extra help, and would they get it? You know, so.
But we'd just be heading down the same avenue that we've complained about, where they just put so much on there. Like the show's The Flash, it's not, and you're not going to get like a Team Flash. You'd be sort of like maybe like forcing in someone. Flashverse keeps saying Gemini. I don't think they're going to do Gemini. Gemini's 2 villains, isn't it?
I don't even remember.
It's 2 characters, isn't it?
I'm not sure. But I would like to see, you know, like Bart Allen at some point. That is like a speedster I've been rooting for. I don't know if we'll ever see him, but He's cool. He's a cool Flash family member. But anyway, thank you very much, Jamie, for your super chat question. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna get like the main villain, whether it's Godspeed or not, having all 4 of those powers. Like Pagey said, that would be very, very OP. And I don't know how likely it is that we're gonna get.
I mean, do you think we're gonna? And I know people talked about this last season. Do you think we'll see a character like Rajan from the comics? I mean, I know he wasn't a big character, but they could technically use something like that, considering with the storm that happened. I mean, I don't know.
There is a possibility, and I think I would maybe prefer that than Godspeed.
Because Savitar wasn't anything like the comic book Savitar, so they could totally take Rajan and make the character whatever they want, really. I mean, I don't know. Would you guys like that?
I wouldn't mind it, but if they did the same look, it'd be Savitar 2.0. So
it would be. And he was very heavily connected with Black Hole, too. So
I was going to say they have to sort of go down a Black Hole angle, I think, if they want to do Rajan. Yeah, I definitely don't go down the Gemini route Flashverse because, one, it's 2 people. It's not 1 person.
Hence the name Gemini.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure Gemini's those twins that are, but they get owned. They get killed in a very sort of graphic way in the comic.
Well,
anyway, I would like
move
Eric and Ben to potentially get killed graphically on stream.
On the After Party.
What's that?
4.0, make it happen.
What's that movie where they're on like a Skype chat and they all just get killed?
Oh, I don't remember, but I remember.
Yes, I've seen that. It's something like that.
Unfriended was one of them. Yeah.
Is that? I know something. No, that's I think a similar concept. I think that's someone's messaging on Facebook.
I think Unfriended was like on Hulu or something. I remember, or the one you're talking about, Pagey, was on Hulu, but I can't remember.
But I think it's like they have a thing like this. It's like a Skype chat, but then someone that looks like this, where it's just like it's a blank icon just appears in the chat, and then they all start killing themselves.
Yeah,
something they get like hypnotized.
Yeah.
Well, you've been demonetized, Ben. So.
God damn it! Why are you trying to kill me? Anyway, okay. Jamie sends in another $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much for the support, Jamie. Jamie's question is: the showrunner did mention there'll be good speedsters and bad speedsters playing a part in this season, didn't he? I'm not 100%.
Well, either way, why do people keep thinking that Godspeed is going to necessarily be a bad guy the whole time? I don't understand why Godspeed wasn't just a bad guy in the comics.
Well, he's not
like, just
really
because there's clones, it doesn't mean Godspeed is the one sending them back.
Right. And we know that Mina has been mentioned. So, I mean, those are the only names that we've. So, I mean, I think that if we're going to see good speedsters, it's going to be people that we've already. I don't think we're going to get introduced to someone other than people that we already know, or Mina, obviously a name drop for the season. I don't think someone other than that's going to show up. Like I don't think we're going to see if it hasn't been established already. I just don't know if we're going to see it. That's all. I mean, we could. The problem with the Flash and additional speedsters is every time you add another speedster in, the budget drops for the Flash because every speedster requires to split that money up between Barry Allen and whoever that other speedster is. So that's why Wally didn't work. That's why when Nora was on the show, it became the Nora show because they have to inject their money into like one character. So why do you think the Flash loses his speed every season? They have to have episodes where he doesn't run around. It's expensive. So
no, that's true. But yeah, I think Eric Wallace, not Eric, did mention that there will be good speedsters, but that could literally just be Barry, or like Eric said, that also could be
Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay. Yeah, that's true. Jay's coming back, so that could be the good speedster.
So we don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it necessarily means they're going to introduce a new speedster.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's going to be somebody we already know or somebody that's already been name dropped. I don't think it's going to be a huge surprise. Unless
they make Godspeed good, like by the end of the thing. If they make him a flat-out villain, it's... I don't know, because...
going to be mad.
Well, it's... because he's not like he's been more of an ally to Team Flash longer in the comics than he has. I think people just looked at like a wiki thing and they go, "Oh, in this first paragraph, he killed people."
His bad guy story arc was very short.
It's like right at the start of Rebirth.
You'd be lucky if it's a quarter of his comic stuff. So my ideal thing, if they do Godspeed start episode 12, is that he comes across as this threat, but then eventually there's a larger threat at play, whoever that might be. Rajin, Paradox, if they want to do Paradox. I don't think they will, because that's a bit over the top and would actually require, I don't know how you could rush that and then do Godspeed at the same time.
I want to
unless it's set up for season 8.
I'm going to get a Godspeed suit and do Godspeed cosplay.
Well, that's the thing. Would you be annoyed as a viewer if they spent the last half of this season with Godspeed thinking he's the real threat, and then someone else gets revealed and that leads into season 8? Would you be annoyed, or would you be fine with it? And then they explore that real threat in the first half of season 8. And they can probably give that person like an explanation as to who they are and what they are, where they came from, etc.
I mean, the truth is the break between season 7 and season 8 is going to be so tiny.
It's very short. So actually, it'd almost be like a mid-season finale.
Yeah, it's going to be like 3 to not even 4 months. I don't think
it'd be 2 months.
Yeah,
2. Wait, 2. Oh yeah, if it goes from August. Yeah, 2 months.
August, September, and then if it starts in somewhere in the first
I would much rather
October.
them do a bait and switch with Godspeed where he seems like he's bad and then he turns into like a good character than to just have him as the big bad for the season. That's the question you're asking. Yes, I would prefer that.
Yeah, but they can spend some of that back half explaining all this weird Godspeed that's happening. And then we learn that the person who's been doing it is this larger threat of play or someone that's been working with them.
I would prefer that, I think.
I wouldn't mind that, because I don't know how they can do the Godspeed stuff in the back half if he is there. Because he might show up in episode 7, and Godspeed's a part of this first half arc, and we just haven't seen him on set and don't know anything about it. Like, he could be in that half, and then the back half is someone else. Maybe it's freaking Kronac or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, which I have my thoughts on that, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah,
now.
do you think the Kronac thing is like a Red Death thing, where they just randomly drop it and it doesn't happen?
Well, I have a video, a bit of a plug, #plug, video tomorrow on the old youtube.com/Pagey explaining it. So expect Ben to watch that video and copy it.
Expect me to do a video before that.
It won't be as good, so it'd be pointless watching Ben. So. Sorry, I just drank some truth serum and I had to.
Is that the lasso of truth you're sitting on, Aquaman?
Aquaman?
Yeah, because on the movie he sits on the lasso. Yeah, don't you remember that?
Okay. Okay. I was wondering, it's like, when did he drink truth serum?
No, he's like, oh, you're so beautiful and stuff. Anyway.
And he's so scared. He's so scared. He wants to live out the rest of his life and all that. He did that in the theatrical.
Is that when Aquaman actually showed some charisma in the Justice League movie? Yeah. Okay, actually showed. Okay. Sorry, I had 4 hours of none of that. So
the only bit of charisma that Pagey liked was when he surfed, because Pagey's Australian.
Oh,
he surfed that dude. Anyway, okay, we got another super chat from Toe Senior, and thank you very much for the $5 super chat.
Senior. Where's Toe Junior? Is he in the chat as well?
It says Toe Senior.
Oh, you've missed the joke, Ben. It's all good. Continue. Keep going.
Yeah,
Eric got it. Eric got it.
I was laughing.
Anyway.
Anyway. Jesus Christ.
Okay, do you think Original World saw the lightning or saw a person on the side when he pulled the glasses down? So what do you think he was seeing?
Oh, the lightning for sure.
Yeah, I think he just peeped the lightning.
Oh,
he definitely just saw it.
I think he saw it and got very curious about it.
I think he peeped it and he was inquisitive. So,
give you a thesaurus or something next year, Eric.
I figure if I'm just gonna play off the taking your ideas, I need to change it up enough so that it doesn't. If you're gonna copy someone's homework, you just have to not make it obvious. So,
no plagiarism here. Actually, there is a lot of plagiarism here on the DCTVshow channel.
Oh, wow.
I'm joking, Ben. It's too easy. It's too easy.
I think he saw the lightning, and I think that's going to play later on. People think he's going to come back, and have something to do with the lightning, and I don't disagree with that. I think it's a big possibility. His powers allow him to move whenever he wants, so he can literally come back at any point in time. So.
Well, the thing I'm curious about is that episode 9 is called Timeless, and the people have been calling this Wells the Timeless Wells.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, and I think even it might have been Eric Wallace they called him that. That's why people are calling him Timeless Wells.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that episode is about him, maybe what he did. Because when he shows up again, he could have been going around for God knows how many years, or something like that.
He might have information that like he got over decades of time. We don't know.
Yeah, or he saw the lightning, was able to research it, or traveled to a point in time where he saw the fallout from it, and he shows up in episode 9, which is the third last episode in that graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
People are begging us to do a cosplay live stream.
I have lots of stuff I could cosplay in.
What would I cosplay as? I could cosplay as
Warstu.
As one of Aquaman's creatures.
Aquaman's creatures. I wouldn't have to cosplay then. What could I do? I'm trying to think. What would be good? We should do that. Maybe Halloween though, or maybe that's a bit far away.
I would love to do a cosplay for Halloween. That would be great.
If we do cosplay stream, the after party stream has to go for 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm not dressing up for an hour and a half.
No, actually with that.
That's extended R-rated, X-rated version.
Okay. You know what's funny? Totally off topic, but I'll throw this in there. When I put like "not safe for work" as a joke in one of my stream titles, it blocked my video.
Yeah, that was an L.
Really?
Yeah, because they assumed that when I put that in there that it actually was. They didn't take it as a joke. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is this true, Pagey?
I
swear I've seen you dress up at one point. I don't know. I feel like
no. I just wore glasses for a stream because my eyes were hurting.
Anyway, Eric's definitely gonna cosplay though. Like, you know,
what would Eric cosplay as?
The options are
Eric
unlimited
can
for
cosplay.
me.
Maybe we go. Ooh, what do we go? I'm trying to think. This is a good brainstorming session right now. I'm trying to think. I'm not going to cosplay as Ben.
He's already cosplaying as Ben right now. I mean, that's basically
Eric v. Batwoman. Sounds great.
And I would never. If I cosplay as Ben, it has to be with Seedy Ben, which is my profile picture at the moment with the dodgy goatee. And I really don't think I'd actually want to be seen with that. But then again, I could do it if people wanted me to. I'm trying to think what maybe I could cosplay as Cisco. Eric could cosplay as Julian Albert. No, actually, no, Dr. Alchemy. By the way, did you see those Batwoman premiere images and they have Dr. Alchemy on the guy looks like Dr. Alchemy?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, then maybe you should look at them, Ben. Maybe you should look at them.
I'm sorry.
Apparently, the DCTV show. We haven't seen some DCTV.
Oh, apparently.
But
Eric should be.
So I'll be Cisco. Eric can be Dr. Alchemy, and Ben. Be careful how you handle this. But you can be. Gorilla Grodd.
Come on.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Eric's Gorilla Grodd. And you can be...
How did I go to get a downgrade out of nowhere? Like Gorilla Grodd.
How's that a downgrade?
Because that's like a creature feature. That's not even like a person.
Eric should be
but that's
I feel like Eric should be Killer Frost.
That makes it the challenge.
Oh, okay.
Because now you have to dress up as a gorilla. Maybe you can play the drums.
That would be so controversial if Eric did that.
So he's Gorilla Grodd. What did I say I was going to be? I've forgotten.
Zack Snyder.
Cisco.
I'm not going to be Cisco. I'll be Cisco because that's easy. I'll just chuck on a shirt. And Ben can be... Are you going to help Eric with this Ben suggestion? Because you're just sitting there typing away.
I know. I'm waiting.
I think he's looking up gorilla costumes at the moment.
I am. I was actually looking up cosplay ideas. That's what I'm doing over here.
And Eric, can we be any Arrowverse character? So Ben can be.
Can I just be like Constantine or something so I can just put on the coat? dye my
No,
hair or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to dye your hair, and you have to smoke a cigarette on stream.
Oh, jeez.
No thanks.
So you're gonna be picking up a habit. Ben can be. I was gonna say William. He can be William Day, or whatever his name is. What's a terrible?
Ben could be Mon-El. He could be Mon-El. Why not? Let him be Mon-El.
No.
Yeah, I'll be Mon-El.
No, we all have to pick each other's. Okay, so that's the thing. When it push comes to shove, we'll pick each other. So Eric will pick mine. I'll pick Ben's. Ben picks Eric's.
Okay.
We're going like a triangle, like clockwise.
And picks Eric's. Wait. Is Pagey picking mine?
I pick yours. You pick Eric's. Eric's picks mine.
Of course you pick mine.
Yeah, of course, because I came up with it. So I'm just trying to think. What's an edgy one? Don't worry, I'm not gonna have to make Ben play another race. I saw someone saying that in the chat. There won't be any. I'm not gonna make Ben get cancelled. Or do I?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Full disclosure, guys. Cicada.
I think Ben would look good as Dreamer. Imagine Ben in the Dreamer costume.
I can't make.
Actually,
you know
what would be hilarious? Martian Manhunter, making him paint himself green and
Brainy. He has to do the ugly blue Brainy paint before he.
With the white wig and everything. Yeah. That's actually a good suggestion.
No. I will die.
Not be as Alice. That would be like a nightmare. I wouldn't want to be Alice. Like, out of all the characters you can give me,
maybe you can be dead Kate without a face.
Can I be Oliver? I'll just be Oliver.
No, I'm picking yours. You'll find out. Well, if Ben's DeVoe, he has to shave his head and buy a mechanical chair. So
nope,
that'll be interesting.
Not DeVoe.
Anyway, I have no idea what's happening. But anyway, okay, we're committing to the cosplay live stream at Halloween.
You brought it up. You're the one that mentioned it. So
yeah, that was a bad mistake, but I guess we're committing to this. Pagey, wait. So Eric picks Pagey.
Yeah. Right? It goes clockwise. So Eric picks me. I pick you. You pick Eric.
Okay. Halloween. Around then?
Committed to it.
Well, it depends. Halloween's a while away, so maybe we might pick it for.
We could do it for like,
when the Flash comes back.
Wait, no. We could do it when virtual Comic-Con is around, because that's always fandom, something like that, like a convention stream. Because that way we can go as longer than we have to. Like it could be 3 hours if we wanted. Like
Okay. All right. When the next one's on?
Wait, will we do a fashion show where we turn our cameras and we walk around?
We could have the people, like people could vote on who has the best cosplay. That would be great.
Whoa.
Well,
that'd be edgy.
Very edgy. Anyway, okay, let's move on from this. Anyway,
what about are you gonna talk about Killer Frost or not? I mean,
actually, you know what? This needs to be mentioned. You know what's annoying?
What?
And it's annoying for me. Next week's Flash episode airs on April 1st, so I can't do my yearly April Fool's Day video.
I always do something funny. Wait, Eric, do you do something?
Well, Ben, you think you do something funny.
I never do April Fool's.
I must say, Ben copied me last year, or was it the year before?
What did I do? What did I do?
I did like a fake Red Death casting or something like that. And no, you did something where it was like the exact same concept, and I got triggered, and I was like, Ben.
I didn't do a Red Death video.
You did something like Mon-El related
video.
Yeah, it was something Mon-El related, and it was literally like a copy of That's what it was. I did like a Savitar and Zoom return video. That's what it was. And Ben did a Mon-El and something return video.
But everyone does that every year, right?
Name everyone. I don't do that. I don't do it.
Name everyone.
I think I did a caramel marriage one like 3 years ago.
I didn't know. I can't do it because it's the episode airs for me on April 1st, and then the day after is like trailer thing. I guess could I? I have to think one up. I sort of like ditched the idea. Now I have to actually think one up. I can't. Wait. My favorite one to do was the Red Death Godspeed one
Wait, why can't you do April 1st? Oh, it's because you're a different time zone. It's Thursday. It's next Thursday.
It'll be the same for you. By the time it'd be like midnight, it'd be April 1st, pretty much. By the time
but you don't have to do it bang on. Like it counts in the day. So. Anyway.
So you are saying that you're intentionally going to clickbait outside of April Fool's, Ben?
How is it outside?
Well, now you've just pretty much exposed to your viewers that to not click on a video on April 1st or around April 1st, it seems a bit too good to be true.
You heard nothing.
So you've heard it here live. Don't click on that video on Ben's channel.
On Pagey's video on April 1st.
But now Eric's sitting here looking up ideas on what to do.
I'm looking up ideas for cosplays because I'm going to make yours very, very good. I'm going to make yours very good. Pagey.
What? So are you going to flex on us with the cosplay?
No. I'm thinking of ideas for your cosplay, so I'm looking.
Oh, for me. Okay, because you got to pick me. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. But pointless you looking at cosplay if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm scared now. I'm scared. Oh no, I'm worried. I'm really worried now.
And we have to let each other know like at least like a month in advance because you can't just like do it at the last minute. So.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Bad idea. Eric's actually excited. He's the one person that's cosplayed before.
Well, that's why you have to come up with a good idea for him, Ben. You have to give him like a really hard one.
Yeah, I will. Because I know I'm gonna get like a stupid one from you. So.
Wait, I'm just trying to think. I'm still thinking. I've got to pick a good one for Ben.
Yeah,
Patty Jenkins. You just have to chuck on a wig.
Oh no! Here we go.
Anyway, okay, let's finally move off of this. And we'll update you. We'll update you on that sometime soon. I'm sure then. Oh my god, bad decisions. But okay, Superman Lois, we haven't talked about that. Let's talk about this week's episode. Okay. So all the dots are lining up. Seems like Superman, he now knows that Edge is planning something because they figured out that Leslie is linked to what is happening with Derek last episode, and Leslie obviously works for Edge. So what are your thoughts on the episode and how it left off things, and just generally?
Well, I think I said earlier that it felt like when we first started, that it did feel like a mid-season finale in a lot of ways, and so I'm really excited to see where it's. I'm really excited to see where it's going to go, but I am sad that we're going to have to wait like 7 weeks for it to come back. I mean, that's just such a long time. Yeah. So, he's giving me ideas. That's a great idea. 1, 2, 3. Great idea.
Yeah. I'm thinking Ben is Lex Luthor, so he has to shave his freaking head.
I'm not shaving my head. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep on going, Eric. Sorry.
No. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it was really good. It was the only thing that really dragged on a bit for me was like some of the stuff at the Harvest Festival. But other than that, I really enjoyed the episode.
Pagey?
Yeah, solid episode. I thought it was a weird episode to now we have a 7-week break because it felt like maybe like next week's episode could have been the better episode to maybe finish on before we have this long break. But just as an episode on its own, I thought it was good. I had no real complaints.
Yeah. No, I really like the episode. I think it's actually like we talked about this many times. People were very scared that it was going to drop off, like in terms of how good it is. And I think it's been pretty damn solid since the start. Wouldn't you guys say?
I would, and we have to give Pagey credit because he was the one that wanted to pass out L's to all the people that kept saying it was going to drop off, and he's like, no, it's not. So, because I kept, every time we talked about it, I asked him what he thought about it in terms of like dropping off, and I think every time, Pagey, you were like, it shouldn't. Like, I don't know why it would. And everybody kept doubting him. So,
what did I say? I wasn't listening.
You basically, whenever we talked about the quality drop off for Superman and Lois, you were like, I don't think it's going to happen. You thought it was going to be good all the way through. And people kept saying no, they thought it was. So I'm saying you should pass out L's to all the people who kept saying that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just further goes on to prove that I am a genius.
He is a genius.
And potentially a prophet at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think the quality has been very high. I mean, you can see it in the production of the show and the cinematography and the camera work. And, there are moments where it isn't at its best. I think you could nitpick a couple things with VFX, but I don't think it's enough to bring down the quality of the show. So
I think they choose their moments. They know what they have to spend the time on and what they can just treat as like a standard thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really liked it. I like the young Clark stuff this episode. I wrote that down on my notes. Thought that was interesting. I did not expect much of that. Were you guys expecting any flashbacks?
Well, Todd Helbing said there was going to be flashbacks, but I wasn't sure like how they would be used. But I do like how they use it as like a parallel as to like why Clark chooses to do the things he does as a father from his experiences in this town, but with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And like how it made him felt, and because I think with Jonathan it's a bit different. Like if anything, it'd be more similar to Jordan because he's the one that's, especially based off that trailer for I was going to say next week, but the next episode, it seems like he's now training Jordan with his powers, almost like Superboy-esque. And I do wonder if they're going to go down the route where Jonathan is just this normal kid, doesn't really get powers, at least from the beginning, and Jordan is the one that gets almost like, Superboy arc where he, and that's something that Clark has to manage, is like how he uses his powers and if he uses them the same way he used to when he was younger.
Yeah. No, yeah. I liked it. And obviously you have, there was like a few different twists and turns throughout the episode. Obviously one of the biggest ones was the Tag Harris coming back. We talked about this on the after party yesterday, kind of reminded us of like, the X-Men in terms of like he has like this uniform. Right. It looks like a uniform. It looks like an X-Men uniform.
From first class, like X-Men first class.
Exactly. So yeah, I presume we're going to see something from that school. We're definitely going to get references to it. Something's probably going on. I don't know if it is...
I don't think it's a school at all. I think it's a training program for people with meta powers. That's what I think it is. Like I agree.
I mean, it's like a school in bracket, right. In quotations.
Or is it the first little stage of Project 7734?
But they said it's been going on for a while, and Lois and Clark knew about it, right?
Oh, maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't.
No, but I swear they said something.
Maybe I mean, it was like it's a government organization that is in like now, or in a way is like what's the word, like an early portion or early stage of what 7734 is now.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is, what if this was initially just a program to train or take care of people that have powers, and it's evolved into the,
especially when they're seen as threats, they're like an uncontrolled threat as well.
Yeah,
especially now that he escaped by the looks of it. That wouldn't be very good.
There's already enough Batwomen. I don't need to be another one. There's already like 3 now, so
maybe 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this episode was really solid. I mean, they're setting up quite a few things. We know that Superman and Lois are definitely going to go after Edge very soon. I presume he's still going to be like the main villain. We're probably going to see whatever's happening with Lex be resolved. Do you reckon Lex is going to stay around to the end of the season?
Yeah, I think he'll be there. It just matters whether his intentions and plans sort of change over time, or whether it stays the same. That's probably the only question around.
I think they're setting him up for a longevity. I think he's going to be a character that's going to be around for a while. It would be kind of a waste to get rid of a Lex character very early in the series, especially if they're not going to use John Cryer. It makes sense to keep this Lex around.
Yeah, it would make sense, and I'm not 100% sure, but my feeling is, I feel like they are setting him up to maybe side with Team Superman. Superman and Lois.
Who did can you answer this for me, Eric? Who did Captain Luthor say he was working for?
Who he's working for?
Yeah.
You?
Oh, did you have short memory or something? Reuters.
I mean, I don't remember who he's working for.
Reuters.
Oh,
Oh,
you meant the fake job that he had.
Right.
I thought you meant like what his actual.
Oh my Jesus!
Yeah, I don't even want
It's
to
like
think.
I'm hanging out with
I
two goldfish.
completely like.
Eric blanked it out.
It went out of my head completely.
We spent 20 minutes talking about it yesterday.
I know, but it wasn't even like that's why I blanked it out. It wasn't even important. Like that whole story wasn't important to me.
I'm in a stream with two goldfish in one ear out the other.
I tend to retain things that are important. And that wasn't important. To me.
Like what? Like what?
Like Ben putting death and killed in every title of every one of his videos. That's things I hold on.
Well, that isn't a very important thing to remember.
Yeah.
Thea Queen for Pagey. Ooh.
I was honestly thinking if I got given me a smoke, how would I look? Because
like
would I buy a shrimp? What would a shrimp look like that? I think I'd look pretty good.
I think Pagey is going to end up doing Oliver Queen as the Spectre.
That's the thing. If I did Mia Smoke, wouldn't I just buy a Green Arrow costume and then just buy a blonde
wig? Yeah. I want to make it more interesting, so I think Oliver Queen as the Spectre is more interesting than Mia Smoke.
What? So what? Speedo version or
no? The one from the show.
Okay,
that's the Speedo version.
You should do Oliver Queen on the island. So Pagey has no shirt on or anything.
with the blonde wig and a goatee. Yeah. So
a goat? No, wouldn't it be a massive beard?
Yeah, it is a beard actually.
With like dirt rubbed in my face or something like that.
Yeah,
you have to sit like that for 2 hours. That would be awful.
Yeah, and then like, need a vacuum.
Anyway,
I'll tell you what. If I get given something crap, I'm gonna have to put down like best good option for Ben, worst possible option for Ben. Yeah, and really, whatever
it has to be somewhat even because I feel like Eric's gonna get like a really cool costume. He's gonna give.
Well, it's up for you,
and I feel like you're. No. I feel like Eric is gonna give you a good costume, right? Because Eric is good at this cosplay stuff, and then you're just gonna give me like the wildest one. And I don't want to give Eric the worst one in the world. You know,
Ben is King Shark.
I don't know. Pagey as Jake Eric. How would you do that? I guess
you'd buy the helmet off of Amazon and wear it. I mean, that's pretty much
the trickster.
Oh, I don't even think I'd do that. I think I got like a metal bowl in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh!
I could just like make the paper golden ears and stuff like that. Yeah. I think that'll be what I do.
You know what you could do for Ben? Ben should be. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because he would say Iris. No, I wasn't going to say Iris. I was going to say Ben as Ralph Dibny as elongated man. So,
well, I think in regards to ease for Ben, I think the two top options are Ralph Dibny or Patty Jenkins. He wouldn't really have to do too much.
What's your obsession with Patty Jenkins?
Somebody said Ben as Black Lightning. That would be Cancelville for Ben.
I would get cancelled in an instant.
Okay, chat. Bring up a picture of Patty Jenkins, then look at Ben. If Ben had long hair and or a wig, he would look exactly like Patty Jenkins.
That's a lie. Not happening.
Once you do that, you'll realize, I was right all along. Eric is Allegra.
What is that suit even? Like, what would I do? Just a long wig?
God, I just have to chuck like a... Oh, God, I don't even do that. I just like chuck some like old cheese on my face or something.
With the classic Chris...
so many things. Anyway, I think that about wraps our stream up. Anyway, you guys, we can talk about this. We'll update you. Obviously, we're gonna choose our picks then, and it's gonna happen. This is the best suggestion yet.
Wow, Ryan says Pagey stop being toxic to Ben.
Yeah,
but that's the only way that you can actually act towards Ben. If I wasn't toxic to Ben, these would be very boring, wouldn't they? Like, that's what creates the entertainment.
True.
I let Ben
Anyway.
steal my videos without having to cancel them on Twitter. And I get to be toxic to him in the streams. That's how it works. Tit for tat.
I actually want to see on Twitter. I want to see some Photoshop cosplays of Ben as Patty Jenkins now because I want to see how close this looks.
As I said, chuck a wig on. You got Patty Jenkins with Ben.
Wow, bully Ben more, please.
Look, if the people want it, all I can do is supply it.
Pagey as Swamp Thing.
Ooh,
wouldn't have to do much.
True.
Wouldn't have to do much.
Ben is
Lillian Luther. Eric, shave your head and be Lex.
I mean, I usually keep my hair short anyway. That wouldn't be a big of a change. Joe West, like how would I do that?
Yeah, that'd be a bit
I really do think Pagey should just be Iris, like
Speeds to Iris.
Speeds to Iris.
Eric is the purple and white jacket.
I think Pagey should be give me my money.
I was literally about to say just that for Ben. You've stolen my idea. Except I'm pretty sure I have the T-shirt that guy wore.
Really? Of course.
No, I was joking. Ben is Grace Randolph. Paige is Wars 2, and Eric. Well, what would Eric be? Eric can be either.
You always say I'm Keemstar.
Oh no, you've got the easy option. Robert Storms.
Oh no.
God
Eric
damn.
would literally have to not do anything.
I would have to change my background. I have to change my background.
Yeah, to like naked female comic book characters.
Pagey as Nora. I want to see that.
Which one?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say which Nora. Nora
Westham.
or Nora. Oh, okay.
Also, Simp Nora. Okay.
Pagey as DeVoe. Pagey as DeVoe.
Eric as the new Strength Force monster.
Like
Eric Steppenwolf.
Okay. Again, Steppenwolf. I don't see how I could be Steppenwolf, but
like look at the camera. I see it.
Yeah. Ben versus Zoom. Ben is Cyborg. That's the perfect one.
Great.
I think that's perfect, actually.
Well, you'd have to tweet a lot on Twitter, Ben, if you wanted to do that. So
yeah, it's true.
Pagey is Boris Johnson.
You could totally do that. You just need the blonde wig. Come on,
mate. That video where he goes vegan.
Hold on. Don't end yet. Don't end yet. Wait 1 second. Don't end yet.
Okay, I think
I'll be right
hopefully either Eric is getting dressed or undressed. This is really confusing.
I don't know.
Eric is Walter Hamada.
All right, hold on.
Eric is Walter Hamada, maybe. Thank you very much, LG, for the $1 super chat. Thank you for your consistency.
Oh my goodness.
Up? Holy shit, has he got a wig on?
No, that's his hair.
Eric, who are you supposed to be?
I don't know if you're doing Betty White cosplay and that's why you have that, or I'm confused.
I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. Eric, who are you supposed to be? Reveal yourself. Reveal your identity.
You're not supposed to be anybody. It's just when we were going through like old boxes that were donated for charity, we had a bunch of these ugly wigs, and I was like, "Oh, I could probably use this for something." So I washed it and kept it.
Oh my goodness!
We know it. It's the Queen of England. That's what Eric is.
Oh, here we go. Eric is the Queen of England.
Pages.
I'll be. Who I'll be? I'll be Boris, and Ben can be Meghan Markle.
What?
So Boris, Queen of England, Meghan Markle. I think that's actually a pretty good shout.
No.
People want that?
Because
to be honest, who would you rather be, Ben? Would you rather be Meghan Markle or any other member of the royal family of the main people?
Do I have to be from the royal family?
Well, what's the question?
Joseph says that this wig looks like Pagey's real hair because he says dye that wig black and go as Pagey.
Well, one, my hair's not black; it's brown. So, Dad.
True. I don't know. Anyway, just before we head off, we need Eric to answer in his wig for the super chat. So thank you very much for the $10 donation, Andrew. Much appreciated.
Actually, well, quickly before you get into the super chat,
yeah,
my only hope is that wig does not come with a merkin.
It does not. It does not.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben's
demonetized.
Am I gonna get demonetized?
God damn it. Anyway, Kadabra mentioned to Barry about how soon, not now, he will be obsessed with the future and how he won't have to face the wrath of Kronac. What does this mean?
Well, you can tune into the Pagey YouTube channel tomorrow for an extensive video breaking down
Kronac. Give him a little bit of a sneak peek. Come on, Pagey. A little bit.
Kronac's from the comic books. There's the tease.
Yeah, I mean, he is. And he's tied with Abracadabra. So
the issue is that, unfortunately, I don't think you can't do a simple Google search. I've seen people doing that and they're finding like weird stuff that isn't what it is. So you sort of have to go into the comics to sort of do it. That's the unfortunate thing. It's not one of those simple things like if they mention DeVoe, you can look up the Thinker. With this, no one, because it's minute. That's the best way to put it. It's minute, and because it's minute, no one's bothered to put it on any like wiki or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
So as I said, like I'm not going to spoil my.
Okay, so this could be an Easter egg, but I want to tie this back to the whole Red Death thing. And just remind people that I don't think, because everybody says they want to see Red Death, there's no way possible to satisfyingly use Red Death on the show right now.
Without Batman.
We keep asking for Red Death, but the show has not even begun to set that up. We're not even at the, like, it would require a crossover. Like, I could see Red Death as a crossover character. Like, if you want to use Red Death, take Batwoman, make Batwoman an evil version of the Flash with a new suit and everything. I could see that. Red Death on the Flash doesn't make any sense unless you completely change that character. So when you think about Kronac and what it means for the show, I think it would take a lot of build up to get to that. And I mean, we could do it, but they haven't even, the name drop isn't enough to set it up. Yeah. We need a lot more to set it up. So him being obsessed with the future and stuff, we have to have a season where time travel is a big deal and that something happens with that for Kronac to be an issue. I think if he is going to be around, it'll be next season, but that's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. And I'm not going to go get my hopes up about any of this. Yes, there's a possibility because they're referencing, but same thing, applies to what happened with Red Death and him not showing up. And obviously as well, we had another reference. I know it wasn't like an audible reference, but we had that Mina reference at the start. Nice wig. Jeez. But I'm not sure if we're actually going to see Mina or if that was just like a strict, like tiny Easter egg. So I don't know. But I'm sure at one point in the next few seasons, we're going to get something with Barry being obsessed with the future if we get more time travel stuff. So thank you very much for the super chat, Andrew. And yeah. Okay. So just before we head off, we got a few more suggestions. Actually, a lot of suggestions. Let's just quickly go through some. Pagey as Godzilla. Pagey as Eric. Oh my God. Eric. This would be. This
Eric would actually be fun. This would be fun if we all.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I get the short end of the stick. I have to be Eric. I have to buy a snapback, tinted glasses, beard, colored beard,
Sprite, and you have to flex. You have to flex constantly. You have to flex.
Lava lamp, spider on the wall.
Yeah. What do I gotta do if I'm Pagey? Do I just turn my camera off?
Well, no, that's the thing. That's the first good joke you've ever said, Ben. That is like that. Credit where credit is due. Ben's actually dropped something funny for once. I can't believe that. It's almost like someone else wrote the joke for you. God.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate it.
What does he have to do? Turn the camera off. That's hilarious. That is the funniest.
You can do that if you want.
Oh.
So
what was I going to say? Well, that's the thing. It can either be we can either cosplay as each other, or we do that thing that someone was saying where we cosplay as different YouTubers, or someone has to suggest it. So Ben could suggest that Eric dresses as Robert Storms that says too
John
easy. Keemstar's too easy. John Campia would be an interesting one. You just have to look like a dickhead. Who else could Eric be? I know Eric looks like a lot of the geeks and gamers. So
that's an insult.
I think I would suggest that Ben has to dress up as Grace
if
Randolph.
we cosplay as each other, we have to do our accent.
I couldn't do Eric's accent. Hey, dudes. Hey, dudes. Hey.
And what?
Here with another video on the Flash Season 7.
All right, guys.
You gonna keep going? I didn't even hear.
I mean, the truth is, Ben already copies Pagey, so there's not much cosplaying to do.
Yeah, so really, the accent would be the final piece of the puzzle.
I gotta practice the accent then. Anyway,
well, there's not much difference between.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Like, I think someone said how you can, if you're British, how you can sound Australian.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that hard.
It's easy for mine.
Thinking of
because with doing a British accent, you just only pronounce the vowels outside of the first letter. So Potter. Don't pronounce the T's.
Yeah,
Harry.
but also we say Potter.
Potter. Harry Potter.
Or Harry Potter. There's Harry Potter or there's Harry Potter. There's two ways.
Drink my oi.
Drink my boy.
Drink my oi.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe at one point we gotta cosplay as each other, and like I said, I got ideas if I'm Pagey.
Well, whoever gets Eric, which is probably gonna be me, is the short end of the stick.
Yeah. You gotta grow that beard, like.
Well, I could just buy a fake one, or I don't know, draw it on with a pen.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to just draw it on.
Borrow one of my sister's little makeup pen things, or whatever it is.
You could always buy like the cake spray where you spray color on the cake. It's non-toxic.
I'm not spraying cake on my face.
Not cake. It's a spray that you use to color cakes. Like it's
but then how do I know I won't have a temporary cake face? I don't want to walk around with cake face.
I don't know.
Ben, somebody wants to know, is there the time they can be invited onto your stream?
You send the link. I'm not 100% sure.
Great breakdown, Ben.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh my god, look at this. Janelli. Jesus.
Eric as a potato.
How would I go as a potato? I don't even know where to begin.
I know. You'd have to shave your entire head. You have to shave your head, like your hair, and also your beard.
I still don't know how that would look like a potato.
Oh, wait. If Eric cosplays Ben, he has to shave his beard.
Oh. I'd have to do the one like he has now, the little like the one in your picture, the one in your picture.
Would you rock the goatee for an episode?
But then Eric has to grow his beard back. Like, that's going to take forever, right? I mean, I don't know how fast Eric's facial hair grows, but...
Or maybe we just... I don't know. I have a feeling cosplaying each other is going to be an
Ben as a cucumber. That would be...
What, Pickle Rick? Ben?
I want Pagey as
Pizza face
Pagey.
Okay, here we go. Austin Powers themed. I'll be Austin Powers. Ben is Dr. Evil. And Eric is Mini-Me.
I'm not shaving... Wait, does he have... I'm blanking.
You can just get a swimming cap. And then color it to the color of your, and then paint it to the color of your flesh.
That'd
be interesting. But you'd both have to do that because who would be Dr. Evil, Ben or Eric? And who's Mini-Me? Who's Dr. Evil?
Can I be Mini-Me?
You want to be Mini-Me? You'd have to still do the exact same thing.
Go like this.
Or I don't know. Here we go. I'll be Austin Powers. Eric is Dr. Evil with a beard. And Ben can be. Ooh, who can? A lot of vagina.
God damn it. God damn it. Anyway, I have no idea.
Oh, we can do, I have it. Once Ben watches it, we can do Napoleon Dynamite. I'll be Pedro. I'll be vote for Pedro. I'll just grow a seedy moustache for like about a week or two, and rock that. Ben can be that girl who sells the bracelets because he once again sort of looks like her. What's with you looking like females? And Ben and Eric can be Napoleon. I'm sure you have a curly wig somewhere.
Maybe.
Can we go with like super bad characters? Eric can be
Jonah Hill.
And Pagey can be McLovin.
Oh god.
I would not be fucking McLovin. Actually, I'd rather be McLovin than Michael Cera's character.
True. Anyway,
sorry for swearing. I just realized.
Who cares? We've slurred already. Don't worry.
Anyway,
huh?
I'm joking.
I'm lost in this world. I have no idea what's going on. Pagey as Jesus.
Ooh.
Controversial, maybe.
Ooh, I'd rather be Moses, I think.
Pagey as Wreck-It Ralph. That would be good.
Okay, will we do biblical characters?
What?
I don't know. I think I'd rather be Moses. I mean, Moses did a lot. I think he did more than Jesus.
I don't know.
Eric can be Judas.
Pagey as John Cena.
Ooh,
because we can't see him. Because we can't see him.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah, I'll be John Cena. Eric can be Rikishi, and Ben can be. Who can Ben be? Ben can be Scotty Too Hottie. There we go.
Oh no!
Complete with theme songs, banging it. Turn it up.
All right. Well, we're gonna end the stream here. Craziness. I don't know. We'll update you on all of this when we eventually do it, and whoever we turn out to be. But yeah, go check out Eric's channel. Go check out Pagey's channel. Pagey's gonna have that video.
Wait a minute. I have breaking news.
You got breaking news?
The Sci-Fi Network is going to air a Child's Play marathon on April Fool's Day. Okay, there we go. Just go ahead.
Nice.
I have one final announcement before Ben ends the stream as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Oh no! Oh.